Welcome to Land a House. I am not Seth Johnson.
I've got a special guest on today's video. I'm here with Sam from the Acre Homestead.
Hello.
If you get a chance, check out the link in the description down below to his channel. Today, he and I are going to do a collaboration video, and we're going to be putting an awning here on the workshop. Should be a lot of fun. And luckily, we've got the dogs here to entertain the youngins. So if you hear some stuff in the background, that'll be what it is. Well, we've been surrounded by wasp and had to figure out a few little problems. We had the trim boards that I had installed here on the side. So we cut those out and we're able to get the 4x4s sunk in here with some pretty decent sized lag bolts, and those are not going anywhere. We're making great progress on this build, but we're out of 4x4s, so we're heading off behind the tiny house to get some more materials. We've never had this much help on the channel before. Feeling crowded? Not really. I'm kind of used to Emma running around. Like to extend a very warm thank you. Is it a warm thank you?
That's a warm welcome.
Scratch that. Thank you very much for all your help today. Like I said before, if you would please go and check out the Acre Homestead. He has a lot of great content over there, and his woodworking skills are far better than mine.
I don't know about that.
But let me show you real quick what we have just accomplished out here. We still have to put the metal on at a later date, but look at that. It's quite impressive. Should be really nice as an awning for the workshop here. Hi. Anything you'd like to add to that? Not a thing?
I'm good.
All right. A few years ago, I made a computer desk for Ashley, and she has been back and forth using it as a computer desk and a makeup area, and she has decided it's too big. So I'm going to be cutting down a few inches off of here, almost in half actually. We're going to put this back on its original drawers and just anyway shrink it down. And it's going to move this way some, and then she's going to be using her desk that she's currently got over on this wall again. So got to take this outside to the shop and set up some guides and cut this down to a new smaller size. Whenever I was building the workshop, I wore sandals in the video, and some people were quite upset about that. So what do you think about me building with no shoes on? Okay, so we need to have this side saved because it has the really nice edge over here. So I'm going to measure out 25 inches. Hopefully that's enough here. It looks like we're going to be removing from each side 11 inches. So it's definitely smaller than it is now. Hopefully that'll be good for her. In the past 2 years, we've rearranged her room 4 times, so hopefully she'll like this one. Very nice. All right, let's try this masking tape idea. That's good. So from what I gather, you're supposed to just put a strip of masking tape down, and when the saw passes over, it doesn't pull out the material. Oops. Well, a little bit of tear out, but it's not too bad. I think I might just hit that edge real quick with some sandpaper and call it good. Okay, we got Ashley's office situated, and I think it looks pretty good. I've got a child in a chair over here. Hey, what you doing? So the desk is looking a lot better. It is nice having it shorter, I do believe. So she's gonna be happy with that. And then we got her makeup stuff on that wall once again. Sure was nice having help with the workshop. We got so much done today. Well, now we're off to a fall festival with Ashley's niece. Should be a lot of fun. So let's head on over here and see what's going on. Did you find a ball?
I'm gonna get a video of your Uncle Seth.
All weather.
What you doing, Lily?
Nothing.
Nothing. Show me your whistle.
It feels like winter. It feels like winter. You're good to go.
We just got back from the fall festival. Lots of fun stuff going on. Didn't film much because it felt kind of uncomfortable filming around so many little kids. But anyway, today was kind of rushed when it comes to video footage. I think we bit off a bit more than we could handle there for the awning on the shop. But I'll show you more of that tomorrow. It's kind of late right now, but Sam and Angela and their boys from the Acre Homestead, really great people, and we had a good time. And you're actually going to get to see Sam again 2 weeks, I think it is. Anyway, we're all going to go on a little camping trip, and that should be fun. They brought us gifts. So on the channel, on his channel, they turn different tools on their lathe, and that's one of the items they brought for us. And then they've got some lip balm, and then, not the fly swatter, ignore that. They make soap as well, so some really great soaps. So I know I've said it several times already, but do check them out if you have a chance. They have a pretty good little homestead going. Just got back from my friend's house again, where I got the last of their tongue and groove siding. 14 more pieces. So I think we're gonna have enough to do the entirety of the tiny house. So that will be exciting. It's getting late. 5:40, temperature's about 50 degrees out here. But anyway, I'm gonna go over here to the tiny house and unload all of this tongue and groove. Got those boards unloaded. So I decided I would check the price on those. Almost $17 a piece. That puts that bunch over there at $450. That's incredible. So I have this piece of aluminum, and I was thinking that might make a nice solar panel mount for whenever I get to that step. I want to have a panel over at the tiny house so that I can have some lights over there. I have to get a battery and charge controller and all that good stuff. And then the other panels that I have will probably go on the back hill for some power somewhere. I don't know. I'm back out in the woods again. So last week I tried to get a ram pump running, but quickly determined that this was not a high enough flow rate for it to operate on. So now I have just run this black pipe up the creek and have more than enough flow here to run a 1-inch pump. So I'm going to use some of this black line here to connect to the tote. And then there is a rather unique design here for an intake. It's PVC with all these little grooves cut into it, and 1 inch. So I'm going to stick that in the water, and should be a good intake for that. So I'll show you what it looks like whenever it's finished. A good bit of water comes down the creek here and goes into these 2 pipes, which go to the tote down there. And so I've just added this piece. It's that corrugated pipe. It's about 4 foot long or so. Hits that black pipe and then goes down the creek. So let's go back to the bucket and see if this is going to be enough water to get a pump going. The black pipe swings around here, comes up the hill, goes into this top pipe barb. So the lower one can still be used as a drain. So you can see this thing is flowing, it's filling up pretty quick here. Those 2, I don't know if that's even a gallon a minute. This other one is several gallons, maybe 8 to 10 gallons a minute. So between the 2, we should have more than enough to get this pump going. So I'm going to close this up here, head down to the pump, and we'll see about getting this thing started. The sporadic check valve means that there is air in the line. So let me find a stick here, and we'll hold that open, and it'll bleed out that air. Just in case you missed the update in last week's vlog, let me show you what I changed from the previous setup that they had. Quite a while ago, I put in this PVC tank because they had just a single 1 inch pipe coming up, which was much too small for this. So I've added that tank. I added a valve here that will allow them to bleed off any water that may be waterlogging the tank. And you can actually see the line right here of where the water is. So that's the pressure portion in there. Changed the valve out, shortened that distance because that was causing an issue. And so if we head back up to our water source, you can see there's still significant flow coming out of here. So there's more than enough to run this pump. Now right up here, there is a pressure gauge. We should be able to get a reading on this thing, unless it's broken. Let's see, I'm getting, oh, it's actually gone around and topped out. So it's over 100 PSI at this point. That's incredible. So there should be water still in this delivery pipe from the previous run because they have a check valve to keep it from going back downhill. So if we walk up to the house up here, we should be able to see water flowing. Guess what? We're still down here at the creek. So I walked up to the car, took my boots off, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna get water up here. Waited about 30 minutes, nothing. So I walked down the pipe a little bit, the delivery pipe, and tapped on it, and it was empty. So I kept following it down and down, got to the creek, and I got here to the pump, tapped it, empty. So it turns out that the check valve they put here in the delivery pipe had gotten frozen up. So, and there was obviously a leak somewhere in the line because all the water was gone up to here. So anyway, I'm gonna have to, I just pulled that off, freed it up, and I'm gonna start this again and see what happens. So I'm waiting for my tote. Looks like it's full now, so I can start purging the air out and we'll get this started again. We may be getting somewhere. The pump is way down there, travels under the ground here, and goes way up this hill. So there were a few spots I had dug out. I'm gonna give a try and see if I can tap on the pipe and feel a difference here. I think that sounds full. So anyway, it just goes way up this hill. So let's go to the top and wait. Nope, still didn't get it. The inline valve in the delivery pipe keeps locking up and preventing water from going uphill. So I'm gonna come back one more time on Wednesday and replace that little section that has that valve, and it should be good to go. So hopefully that'll fix all of our problems and I won't have to come back out here again. But I showed the lady's daughter how to work everything, so once I do get the pump going, I should just be able to turn it over to them and it'll all be good. Anyway, I'm heading out of here and yeah, do something else. It's been a productive day so far. I filmed an arc lighter video. Got the little awning on the workshop finished. You'll see a video on that pretty soon. Now I'm out here trying to get some product photos for the Land to House trekking poles. Very fancy setup here. Be nice if I had 2 cards that were solid white like this, but anyway, I might do better later. But anyway, just got pole set up and I did a bunch of different angles and stuff, so I'm probably gonna get a professional to do this at some point to make the listing look better. But for now, I'm about as professional as I can afford. So the next thing I want to do is mow the grass for the last time. It's gonna rain soon, so I need to get out here and just chop this all real quick. And if it's not raining, I may head over to the tiny house and do some more of the interior siding. Finished up all the grass, looking really nice. There's 2 little strips of leaves there where I chopped, but I think I might next year do more of this little area right here because it's kind of icky. But anyway, that was the last time I'm going to mow the grass for this year. Got all of this down there, up the road, inside the garden spot. So anyway, I think it looks pretty good. Check this out. I put one of those torches here. Have to see if it gets enough sun to work tonight. Well, because it's raining, well, first of all, look at this. The water is stopped way out there and not hitting the door, so very good. Okay, because it's raining, I thought I would make a project or 2 in here and then wrap up this vlog. So I bought some rulers, and what I've been doing is pulling the ruler off here of my square. So let's say I'm going to use the circular saw, and I know that it's 3 millimeters from the edge to where the blade is. So I had to like go get that other piece and pull it off, and anyway, so now I can just use these. But the problem is I have nowhere to store them yet, and they don't fit on like those pegs. So my thought is use a Forstner bit to recess this a little bit, and then I can just use this right here, go through it, and it'll be just enough to store those on. So anyway, I'm gonna do that real quick. That was pretty quick and painless. Make that little storage unit there. Looks nice and is easy to get to and practical. Well, it was nice to have Thursday and Friday off this week. The fellows that I work with were on their big yearly vacation, and so I didn't have to go in. But it's gonna have to start back to my usual schedule coming up. Very excited to have this awning done. Now I can stand out here on the front porch and lock up and not get wet. Also, whenever I would pull ram pump stuff out and then have to lock up, I'd get wet and the boxes would get wet and stuff. But anyway, it's always nice to have protection from the rain. I think I'm going to end the vlog here. It's only 2 o'clock on Tuesday. So I'm going to go inside, edit 3 videos and get them ready for you, because I think tomorrow we're going to go on a pumpkin gathering adventure. So I might bring you along for some of that. Thank you so much for watching. Even though I've already mentioned it, go check out the Green Acre Homestead. Have a link to that in the description down below. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.